Disappointment over the lackluster performance by a housing finance authority program to assist hurricane survivors was a theme of Wednesday's meeting of the Senate's Committee on Disaster Recovery and Infrastructure. Officials of the VIHFA told legislators that in the 5 years since the launch of the Envision Tomorrow program, only 16 homes had been constructed at a cost of $20 million. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development had allocated $160 million to serve approximately 450 applicants. Committee members did not mince words as they reacted to the news that VIFHA had only expended an eighth of the HUD money over 5 years.
Every time it rains, I think about those folks with those homes. And I have been fortunate that I went to some 20 homes. And when I go to these homes, when these constituents call, it's very sad. It's very sad when you see wash pan, bucket all over a house. When you go in somebody's bedroom and you can see the sky. Couple areas and times I have got blue tarps to help them because the tarps them have gone, but the place is deteriorating fast that we can see it.
16 homes in 5 years. I honestly find this to be unacceptable on so many levels. And I'm honestly disturbed that the pace continues to be slow.
Frankly, I believe that we will never be able to meet this because, again, we're continue to extend the time over time and costs continue to increase significantly as we see here. I truly believe that we have come to the point where we just need to issue a grant. Issue a grant to these individuals, applicants, and hold them responsible for fixing their own home. And they could draw down periodically, similar to what the bank requires, but we're not meeting the needs of this community.
Similar sentiments were shared by Senators Samuel Carrion, Kurt Viale, Carla Joseph, and Genevieve Whitaker. The blue tarps used to cover damaged roofs following the hurricanes were meant only to be an interim measure during construction, but senators noted that they were still there and have since deteriorated. Committee Chair Senator Janelle Soro probed on the need for funds to replace them.
I sent an email asking about the status of tarps. And I sent it to the 3 agencies that are dealing with disaster recovery, roofs. That's the 3 of you guys. And I also asked if you need an appropriation for more tarps, because if you put a tarp on in 2017, the tarp has weathered in 2022. And we're driving the island and we're seeing tarps that are in total disarray. They are no longer serving their purpose while they wait for the roofing program.
TARPs is unfortunately not within the purview of the responsibility of the Housing Finance Authority. Our full commitment, our full attention, our full focus must be on repairing these homes. That's where we are. It begs the question, so with the CDBGDR funds, there's no program, there's no allocation to give out tarps or to purchase tarps and further, or to install or help the homeowner install tarps. Our focus is to get these homes fixed.
Hold a second. If I had to take the posture that is not within I do everything every day, that's not within Title II of the Virgin Islands Code. And if I had to take the posture and say to a constituent, that really ain't my job, I would be home jobless. And I said that to say that even though your job is the roof, I asked specifically, you could sit and say, Senator, we will not get to these homes within a hurricane season. And of this roofing program, these are the amount of people that we have that need roofs, that may need their tarps to be replaced. Therefore, we may need an allocation of so and so and so to get tarps out and to replace them. Sometimes we're in a box, but we all live in this community and nothing precludes you from saying, that's a good suggestion. We may need an appropriation.
In an attempt to explain the lengthy delays, VIHFA Director of Programs Ann Hanley said high construction costs meant that the program's finance cap had been exceeded.
As we are all aware, the cost of construction has increased significantly. We do have homes that are ready for construction, but the concern is that the cost exceeds the program cap. The program cap existing right now is $250,000, and some of the change orders that we have received is in excess of $350,000. That is a significant cost to the homeowner.
A third substantial amendment to the Disaster Recovery Action Plan had been prepared to mitigate the rising costs of construction in the territory, and that amendment includes additional resources to the Envision program pending HUD approval. Once that approval is in place, there will be an additional $55 million allocated for Envision, plus money for its two sub-programs. $200 million was budgeted for the homeowner reconstruction and rehabilitation program, and over $50 million for the rental rehabilitation and reconstruction program. Dana Clendenin, VIHFA Interim Executive Director and Chief Disaster Recovery Officer, explained that because of the extent of the damage to the majority of the homes, architectural drawings have become necessary to begin restoration work.
We too are just as concerned as you about the program and the pace of it. But the program has not been without its challenges. Its challenges in terms of capacity, which is why we did a staff augmentation to get that engineering firm on board to assist the staff. A lot of the homes require drawings, architectural drawings, which again, the capacity internally has not been with HFA, which again is why we hired two engineers to assist. We've partnered with ODR to use their engineer to help us. We've got our own. We have tried numerous ways to make this go faster. Because the homes have to have drawings, they cannot just go into construction. And drawing could take some time.
The drawings are required. After the inspection of the home, a drawing can take up to 20 days. The drawings for our contractors need to provide details. Because these homes require substantial rehabilitation, that is why there is an extended period of time.
It's not just the overall Envision program suffering implementation delays. Only 2 rental units have thus far been rehabilitated under the RRR project at a cost of $3.1 million. Senior management for the sister project for homeowners, Gregory Miller, told lawmakers that the majority of the money had gone towards administrative costs, including implementation and case management for the program. That news seemed to leave lawmakers puzzled, with further consternation stemming from the loss of 31 staff members from the VIHFA this year, 8 separations in the last 3 months alone.
But I believe now we have some things in place with the staff augmentation, which is necessary to do these drawings for some of these homes. Even the picture you showed, the condition of that house, that could just never be rebuilt without some type of drawing or that type of engineering necessary. And again, HFA historically didn't have that capacity on staff either. So with the help of this new company, with the resources we use with ODR, we are hopeful that this will accelerate the process. And if it doesn't, we are prepared to bring in additional help as well to move it even faster.
Issues with the environmental component of projects have also caused delays of at least 6 months. HUD consultants are on the way to the territory to assist in this regard, said VIHFA officials, and are expected to help the local agency streamline environmental processes and shorten the length of time it takes to move from that phase towards completion.
And environmental could be a little unpredictable in terms of timelines. We've had considerable challenges in that area. So much so that we've asked for and will receive some technical assistance within the next 2 to 3 weeks to help us with the environmental pieces of every project.
Are working throughout our streamline our environmental processes. We do know that there are certain expectations that may work stateside that does not apply to the Virgin Islands, and therefore we do have some HUD consultants that are coming to work with us, look at our processes, and help us streamline our processes within in the November time span. So once they've helped us to streamline those processes and we can implement those processes, We do hope to roll that out within the next month once Hunt visits us. The whole phase all can depend on the type of project that it is. And for specific projects, there are specific timelines and specific phases. For our own lot, it can take about 4 months or so. It just depends on those specific projects. So there's not one set timeline per project.
Our holdups really stem from the consultation requirements with other local and federal agencies. That can be seen as one of our biggest delays with the environmental review process, as we don't have jurisdiction over any of the regulations. So it does require us to go into consultation with a lot of or multiple agencies throughout the local and federal government. And obtaining responses from those agencies can be very timely.
There were 15 policy concerns identified in the last 2 monitoring exercises, both of which were completed last year. VIHFA officials say they are currently working to address all the issues identified. In an effort to speed up construction work and bring about more scrutiny for the program, Senator Marvin Blyden scheduled an October 25th meeting with agency officials, which will also include external contractors. Although only 16 homes have been completed thus far, the program currently has 39 homes under active construction, with more than 57 in various stages of the design to rehabilitation process.